Highlands Workforce Development and Education is proud to present this parental education video. It is one in a series that will provide helpful information on current topics that relate to your school-age children.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Parenting is a rumble, and we're in a fight to protect our kids and help them navigate the culture. The goal is for our children to have high self-esteem, to resist negative peer pressure, to refrain from bullying activities, to remain drug-free, and to resist risky behaviors. Today, we're going to start at the top and talk about self-esteem. It is paramount to all the other issues that our children face. We want to give you some practical plays for your parenting handbook that will help your child reach the goal.
Some steps toward encouraging self-esteem are listed on these building blocks. Every one of these can help us take a step closer to reaching our goal of encouraging our children to have a positive self-esteem. Jackie, do you think you can hit the goal from where you're standing? Shoot it, girl. Let's take a look at this step at a time and find some ways to help build a positive self-esteem in our children.
The first building block is you listen to me.
You turn your cell phone off and give me your attention while I'm talking.
Have you ever been in your boss's office to talk about something that was important to you, only to have them shuffling papers or looking at something on the computer and you feel like they didn't hear what you had to say? That's how our kids feel when we're too busy with Facebook or the newspaper or a ball game to really listen. Look your children in the eye. Put down the newspaper. Mute the TV. Really listen to what they're saying. That gives them value.
Number 2, I am comfortable in my own skin.
You take my acne seriously and help me accept that I'm the tallest in my class.
Our children already compare themselves to their friends, so they need our encouragement to help build that self-esteem, whether it's too short, too small, too thin, too big, my ears stick out, whatever it is. We need to encourage them and help our children realize their strengths. I still remember the names I was called in 6th grade, and I'm 60 years old. And I know that you have experiences too, probably, that you can relate to.
Building block 3, you take me seriously.
You understand my disappointment when I have to sit on the bench instead of playing in the game.
Things that may seem trifling to you are sometimes a big deal to our kids. And it's really good if you can kind of share some of your own personal failures. At one point in time, my son's girlfriend told me, "Your son thinks you're perfect." And I said, "I know he does, and I need to share some things with him." And so I did. And you know, the things that I thought might disappoint him or make him feel like I was less than what he wanted or expected in a mom were actually the things that bonded us together, because we need to be real with our kids and let them know that we've made some mistakes, we've made some wrong choices, we've disappointed ourselves. And when our kids are telling us important things that have happened, don't laugh at them unless you're laughing with them and not at them. Jackie, take a few steps closer to the basket and shoot.
The 4th one, you meet my needs.
You make my dinner and even sit with me when I'm struggling with my math homework.
Sit with your children and let them know that you care when they're struggling with homework, even if you don't know how to do it. I recall my daughter in the 6th grade bringing her homework home and crying over her math. Well, after all of us in the house tried to help her with it, I had to write a note to the teacher that said, "My husband has 2 degrees, I'm a teacher, my son is gifted, and we can't do this math." You know, she was just encouraged to know that I would send a note to the teacher and explain that we tried and we helped her with it and ask for more help. So don't be afraid to sit with them and sympathize with them. We also need to recognize whenever they need supplies for projects that need to be done. Buy things for them they need so that they have the same opportunity to make a good grade as the other people in their class.
Building block number 5. You model positive behavior.
You got too much change at Little Caesars, and you did return it.
Complaining about the unhealthy choices our kids make while we're making unhealthy choices just doesn't add up. It's important to practice what you preach, or at least admit your mistakes when you make them. Our kids don't want us talking to them about healthy choices while we are making unhealthy choices.
The 6th building block says, you recognize I need emotional support along with financial support.
You give up your Friday night plans just to come to my game.
You've worked hard all week, and you long for that Friday night that you can sit in your chair and watch TV. But sometimes we need to sacrifice for our children and go to that ball game that they're playing in, or if they're cheering in, or maybe they even made the banner for it. If there's a school play, do your best to be there. Being there shows our children they are valued.
You like me for who I am, even if I'm not like you.
You like football, I like chess, but I overhear you tell your friend that I won the match, and you sounded proud of me.
This is really big. Your child may not fit the image or the dream you had of them. They may not want to play football like you did. They may not want to be a pianist like you were. But they do want to feel approval and acceptance from you. So study them, enjoy them, and learn who they are and allow them to be just that.
The next building block, number 8, says, you treat me like a grown-up.
You teach me how to change a tire, and you ask for my opinion.
Show your child trust by giving them responsibility. Ask their opinion about dinner menus, about parties that you're planning. Show them how to change a tire when they start to drive. It makes them feel important and like you trust them. I can recall my daughter complaining even after she married that I'd never taught her how to sew or sew on a button. Well, it was hard to do sitting in the bleachers at ball games, but it was important to her. So we need to take time to show them things that will make them feel like they are responsible.
Almost finished. Number 9, I am successful at school.
You praise my efforts to improve, not just my grades.
It's important to have realistic expectations for our children. Be sure to focus on their strengths. I remember when my kids brought their report cards home, you know, the first grades I noticed, the B's. I didn't focus on all the A's. I focused on the one B, and that wasn't fair. So focus on their accomplishments. Focus on what they're good at. That's what we want others to do for us.
Our last building block says, I know I'm loved.
You tell me you love me no matter what kind of day I've had or how rude I've been.
I once heard a speaker on a talk show talking about how we should light up when our children enter the room. The words stung me when I heard her say them, and I sat down and wept because I remembered all the times that my children came into the room and I started chopping them down, tearing little pieces of their heart away. Did you brush your hair? Have you brushed your teeth? tuck your shirt tail in. Are you wearing those shoes? Where's your belt? You know, in my own classroom, I always lit up when kids entered the room. I wanted them to think I was the best thing that ever happened to them. But for my own kids, I was too worried about them looking perfect for everybody else, and I was tearing away their self-esteem. I need to be in their balcony cheering them on. There's a book I read once by Joyce Landorf Heatherly called The Balcony People. And the book speaks of people in your basement that are pulling you down, tearing pieces of your heart away. And we need balcony people. We need to be balcony people. Being in the balcony, cheering them on. That's what I want to be for my children. After I heard those words from the speaker on TV, you better believe I light up when they enter the room. We're like puppies, all over each other. I get up to tell them bye. I stand at the door and watch them leave. I want them to know that my heart is lit up because they are there.
Now that you're armed with all this information and Jackie's closer to the goal, sink it, Jackie. You'll make some bad calls along the way. We all do. And there will be some fouls. It's part of the game. But the important thing is that you stay in the game. Stay in the game. And you're on the same team. There is no win or lose. In parenting, you either both win or you both lose. So go. Enjoy the game.